Hey BookTube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. How are you? Have you been being kind to yourself? Have you been being kind to others? Let me know how you're doing on that in the comment section down below. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you are here. And so, yeah, I have like a couple different bookish things to share with you today. I recently won a $50 eBay gift certificate. I have spent a lot of time this week like spending that gift certificate, even though like it wasn't gonna expire. There's really no rush. I'm not sure why, but for whatever reason, that gift card was just burning a hole in my pocket. So yeah, so I have spent it all. And there will be a haul video maybe next week with what I bought, which is a very kind of eclectic mix of things, but it was super fun, and I'm really excited to share with you the odd assortment of what I purchased. Now, man, there are so many TBR videos going up. Because there's just so many events in March, and we all want to know what everyone else is reading. It's been really fun for me to see. Somebody did ask me recently though, like, what kind of like mystery books do I enjoy? What kind of mysteries, do I sort of gravitate to? So I thought I would share like a few mystery recommendations. This is a series I've talked about on my channel many times. This is the first book in the Amory Ames series, Murder at the Brightwell by Ashley Weaver. And this was one of the first books that my husband and I bought based on a recommendation on BookTube. So yeah, and we'd never heard of this series before. It just sounded fun, and I really, really enjoyed this book. And even though I'm going to be reading, I think, the 5th book in the series, hopefully in March, this first one is just really special, and she has a new series out. Ashley Weaver has a new series. I haven't read the first one. I don't know anything about the series. So if you've read that series, let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. But the banter between Amory and her husband Milo, I find absolutely hysterical. So anyway, I really recommend this one. I think if you like cozy mysteries, to me, this is like a glamorous married Miss Marple. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but Amory is very beautiful and glamorous, and so is her husband. But yeah, like there is something very just kind of into her inquiries about whatever crime has taken place. Makes me think a little bit of Miss Marple, who I love Miss Marple books. Another series are the Kurt Wallander mysteries by Henning Mankell. There are 10 of these books, as well as a collection of short stories that actually is like a prequel. This is the first book in the series, Faceless Killers. Now, this was made into a mini series, and I will tell you that the mini series shuffles the order of the books around and the events. So it's not something where I think you could just watch the series and you don't need to read the books or something like that. There is a definite difference, but I really like Kurt Wallander as a detective. He represents that kind of like, I don't know, almost like noir sort of lifestyle. Like, you know, he's not healthy, he doesn't eat healthy, he drinks too much, he has problems sleeping, he stays up too late. Like, he also really loves opera though, which I think is a great detail for a character. He is divorced, but he does have a daughter and who's an adult, and so there's some of their relationship in the series. I haven't read all 10 books, but there's also Kurt's aging father who paints the same painting over and over again. So anyway, I think these are great books. They are intense. They take place in Sweden, so again, maybe like Scandinavian kind of crime novels, but yeah, I really enjoy these. So if you're looking to find something for the 2x2, I mean, maybe do The Pyramid, and just pick a couple of short stories to read from that to get introduced to the character. Or I don't know, I'm sure there's some way, there's 2 words in the title. There you go. Faceless Killers. Okay, so these mysteries are really precious and special to me. So the first one is Josephine Tay's The Daughter of Time, which I feel like Steve Donahue and someone else like made videos about this maybe last year for March Mystery Madness. I'm not sure. And the other one is To Love and Be Wise by Josephine Tay. Now, I've seen a few people talk about Josephine Tay on their March TBRs, or I've seen like the spine. The spine can be recognizable. She did not write very many books. She was killed in a car accident, which it just, yeah, like such a loss. But this book, The Daughter of Time, is one of the best mysteries ever, I think. And again, I haven't read all the mysteries out there, but this one is fantastic. And I would say if you like Shakespeare, like maybe you might even get a bigger kick out of The Daughter of Time. The detective is in a hospital bed the whole time, and it's really about solving a crime from the past or reevaluating a crime from the past. And I think that's what makes this such an intriguing, non-traditional kind of mystery. And I went on to read all of the Alan Grant. This is an Alan Grant book. I don't know that they necessarily need to be read in order. I'm not sure where this one falls in the series. But To Love and Be Wise, oh my gosh, like this is, again, it's just a real surprise, like a really, like, yeah, like I didn't see the ending coming anyway. Maybe I'm like the only one. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, and this last one that I wanted to share with you is it's more like thriller spy kind of novels, which I really like. This is Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which is in theory part of George Smiley's series, although George Smiley appears in some books that aren't part of this series. But I read this before the film with Gary Oldman and Benedict Cumberbatch in it. It came to the theaters, and there's a certain density to the novels. I don't know if I'm saying this right or not. But anyway, so I've read, I think, maybe 4 John le Carre. Well, I've read 4 John le Carre books, and then I also read his memoir, which is called The Pigeon Tunnel, which is fantastic. Loved that book. But I love George Smiley. I love John le Carre's, I mean, like, because he was actually a spy, admittedly not for very long, like, I think it just makes it so, like, so much more believable, I guess. Anyway, so those are just a few mysteries that I really love. Okay, so what have I been reading? I did finish If Beale Street Could Talk by James Baldwin. I had this mentally confused with another story. So I kept waiting. I'm like, wait, when is this gonna happen? This other thing, like this thing that happens in a completely different story that's not even James Baldwin, okay? I don't know why. I don't know how I got it confused, but I did. And so this book was a real, like, just not what I was expecting at all. Now, I almost always read books blind. I think the back of books or the flaps, definitely introductions to classics, should not read because they will spoil the story for you. So I read books blind all the time, almost always. I wish though that I had read more or even watched the movie trailer, and that would have really helped me prepare for this book. Now, it's a great book because it's James Baldwin, frankly. Like, he is a genius. He is a master. This is the third book by him that I've read. If you have a suggestion of what James Baldwin I should read next, let me know. I've read Go Tell It on the Mountain and Giovanni's Room, but I really thought I was gonna love this book, and because like my expectations were off, and this is all on me, like I'm not blaming Baldwin for this, like because my expectations were off, like the whole experience of the book was a little bit wonky for me. There is a sex scene fairly early on in the book, and holy cow, like it goes on just a little too long. Like, it's not that I, think there should never be sex in novels or anything like that. I just don't think most people know how to write it well. And, I don't know. So, like, I wish writers and filmmakers would trust an audience to, imagine and let their imagination be the thing that carried them. So it's written from the perspective of a young woman, but then occasionally she's just like, well, now we're gonna go to this other scene where she's not present, but yet we get to know all the details of that scene. And I found that jarring. Like, I felt like if he had just written the whole book in third person, it would have been fine. I think that would have lessened this. The really important thing about If Beale Street Could Talk to take away from is obviously the injustice against African Americans in the legal system and in prisons. And sadly, I mean, when did James Baldwin write this? Like, quite a while ago, and it's still a problem. So I think James Baldwin would just be horrified. Anyway, so that is kind of one of the key things of the book. So I just need to read it again and like be in a different mental headspace, I think. Now, I did start reading my like extra middle grade book that's like totally destroyed. Constance, A Story of Early Plymouth by Patricia Clapp. This book's like a little over 200 pages, so I feel like I definitely should read this before the insanity of March starts. But I probably also will start just gently chipping away at my mammoth, which is Dombey and Son by Charles Dickens. I'm reading this book with Joe Smith. This is our third year of reading a giant Dickens book together for March of the Mammoths, and I'm super excited about this one, especially based on some of your comments on it. And yeah, so I don't imagine I'm gonna, make huge strides or anything like that, but I think it's okay to start your mammoth like, a couple days earlier if you want to, if you're between books. I would love to hear what you are reading this weekend. You know, if you don't have a channel or you haven't made a TBR video and don't intend to make a TBR video for March, like, are you participating in any events? What are you reading for those events? Or just what are you reading? Maybe you're like, forget readathons, like, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, tell me what books have been entertaining you. I do have a special video coming up on the 1st of March, so I hope you'll be watching out for that. BookTube, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I will talk to you soon. Bye.